Hey everybody, sorry about that delay. For some reason, my Chrome is not letting me do Facebook Live. I don't know what's going on, so I apologize for that. I'm excited to get on here real quick and give you guys a quick update around BODgroups. So there's a couple things that I want to hit on, and I put those somewhere here. Sorry, I'm a little frazzled trying to get everything done. Okay, a couple things that I want to go over real quick with everybody. The first one is just to talk a little bit about what we are, kind of what's going on with the current state of BODgroups, kind of where things are at. So as there are, the team still is working very diligently on right now on getting a lot of the launch related updates into the bugs and the glitchy things that some of you've noticed into place. So they've made a lot of progress on those things. They made a lot of headway on those things. But just to let you know, if you're having issues with seeing join requests or scheduling posts, those are still known issues that the team is working on, and it's layered, it's a complicated piece, but they're unpacking it. We're hoping to have an initial step forward for join requests put into place today. And then we'll continue to make some progress on that as well. All right. But I did want to talk about a couple things here. As you are using the platform, as you have questions, or if you're running into bugs or issues, I want to talk real quick about how we're going to making sure those things get addressed. All right. Now, obviously, you're on the champions page. If you have questions or whatever, you're welcome to ask the questions here, and we're happy to help you. Okay. But there are some feedback and some reporting mechanisms that are in place on the platform that really help us address the issues in a much more expedited fashion. So if you're on the website, so if you're in the BOD web portal in the bottom corner, either on your phone or on your desktop, there's a little thing that says feedback. If you're having issues or bugs, if you click on that and you report them that way, what that does is it helps us also understand. It captures, here's like the browser that you're using. Here's the information that helps the team really identify the problems a lot more quickly. All right. And so that will be a great way to report those issues. Also, if you're on the app, if you click on or tap on the more, those three buttons in the bottom right-hand corner, go up to give feedback, then you can type in there also, hey, this is the glitch or this is the bug that I'm experiencing. And again, what that does is it also captures whether you're using an Android or an iOS device, what version it is, which just helps the team troubleshoot those problems a lot more quickly. We will be, there's an FAQ that we'll be publishing here in just a little bit where you can go and get updates frequently and see what's being worked on, what's been identified, things like that are coming. And so again, just for those of you that just jumped on, from an ongoing process of launching here, we do have some ongoing issues that we're aware of. Some big ones are around join requests. So if you're having a hard time seeing join requests or things like that, the team is aware of that and working on that. And then anything with scheduling posts. So I've scheduled posts that's not pinning correctly, things like that. They're still working on those pieces as well. All right. And then these other areas, we'll give you opportunity. Now, other questions that have come up that I've seen. What about nutrition tracking? Well, for launch, like we've talked about, the nutrition tracking wasn't a part of the launch, if you will, of BODgroups. However, if you were on an Android device, the container tracking carried over. So the container tracking is part of BODgroups if you're using an Android device. If you're using an Apple, an iOS device, it's not there yet, but it will be coming. So until then, continue to use the Nutrition the Nutrition Plus app. That would be the best way to be able to do that. Okay. Also, if you have questions around logging workouts, if you have questions around how the inviting process works, which I'm going to talk about in just a second here, we want to make sure that you look through those walkthrough PDFs that we've put together, which should answer a lot of those questions for you. All right. And help you with that. Now, we'll make sure that we put those in this post as well, so you have quick reference to those, and I'll get those up there to you. Okay. Now, one thing I did want to talk about real quick, because I've answered this question quite a bit lately, is I want to talk through how that inviting tool works. Okay. So the inviting tool, what I'm hearing, so if any of you are thinking or experiencing or wondering this, I keep inviting my people, but I'm not seeing them in the group. Or I keep getting these requests and I'm answering the request, but then they say they're just getting the request and they're stuck in some loop that's going back and forth. If any of these things are sounding familiar to you, I just want you to listen to me real quick here on how this is supposed to work And this will help you either solve some of these issues, or what it will do is hopefully help you be able to report where things are breaking down so we can help. And again, this is all outlined in that PDF that we'll outline. So as a coach, if I'm trying to get people into a group, all right, a group that I've created on BODgroups, it's pretty straightforward, okay? All I have to do is send them a direct invite, which means if I go to the group and I click on the invite tab and I put in their email address and the name's optional and I send them an invite, okay? I either send them an invite or I get a request, a join request from them. So I sent them a link and they clicked request to join, whatever, and it shows up there, all right? All I have to do is just either send them that email or send that where it says accept request, that button. I click on that and it sends them the invite. Once you have sent them an invite, either through that direct email or responding to that join request, you have done everything that you can do as a coach to get them into the group. All right. You don't need to send other emails. You don't need to respond to anything. All that's left now is for the customer to go to the app, tap on the groups, find the group, okay, in that list there. When they see that group, it's going to say learn more. Okay, that button can be a little confusing, but if they tap on learn more, it should open up and then the blue button there will say get started. If you click on that, it takes them through some questions that they'll answer. What are your goals? What are things like that? And at the very end, the last step says done. They are not in the group until they click done. When they're done, that's when they should show up in the group. They should see the group feed. You should see them as a participant. All those things should happen, all right? So what we're seeing, what's coming up is that people are expecting, they click on the accept button and then the customer gets an email, and the email, all it's doing is giving them instructions to do what I just said, to go to the app, to log in, to find the group, like it's giving those instructions, but they're getting confused that they're supposed to request to join again from that email, all right? And we're looking for ways to make this better, all right? So as a customer, okay, if you're talking to your customers about this, when you've sent them a situation here, let's say if the customer already has an account, okay, they already have a Team Beachbody account, they already have an account, they're already connected to BOD, all right? There's actually no reason for them to worry about any emails. All right, once you've sent them an invite, okay, once you've responded to their join request, they should just be able to go right to the app and find that group. Just make sure that the email address that you sent the invite to is the same one that they use for that account to get on the app. All right. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So we see that question. So, and again, I know I broke it down and I went really, really slow there with all the steps to make sure you understood it. But let me just kind of say it at a high level. Once you invite somebody to a group, okay, direct invite, responding to their join request. All they need to do, if they already have an account, is go to the BODgroups app, log in, find the group, go through the steps to join the group. That's what they need to do. If they don't have an account, when you send them an invite, okay, they need to set up an account, then go to the app, log in with that account, find the group, go through the steps to join the group. All right. And so that right there is that's where I'm seeing a lot of questions that are coming up around the process. The expectation is I click accept and they can just go into the group. Well, we have to make sure they have an account. Okay. That's why that's there. So that's why I'm saying if they already have an account, you don't need to worry about, you don't need to worry about having some emails or anything. Okay. So just tell them to go right to the app. If they are brand new and they don't have an account, if they sent you a join request, they had to set up an account in order to do that. So they already have an account then. So the only situation you need to worry about is if you're directly inviting them and they don't have an. And again, I know that's a lot of stuff, you guys, and it's a lot of what ifs, and here it is. And I know this is a new part of it, and we'll get better at simplifying it. We'll get better at identifying where the conflicts are happening, but trying to address things right now to help you guys get people into the groups. That's what I want you to kind of make sure you're focused on, and you develop a little bit better insight in around. That PDF will help you do that. That PDF will help you do that. So again, if you're having customers that are having a hard time seeing the groups, make sure that you sent them the invite or accepted their join request. Once you've done that, you've done everything you can do. The next question to the customer is, did you go into the app? Can you find the group? All right. Now, in some cases, what we're seeing is customers will log in, they'll see the group, and then instead of saying get started, it says request pending. Okay. If that happens, that's when you need to let us know that that's an issue, okay? That's there. Or if they're not seeing the group, you just need to make sure that they're logging in with the same account you set the invite to. All right, we'll get through this, you guys. And again, I don't mind reviewing those PDFs, doing that. We will continue to talk and help and support you guys in making this happen, getting through that. And again, as we make the app easier to use, and as we figure some of these things out and we get a little bit better at it, it will remove some of these complexities. But right now, trying to help you right now, using that PDF and those pieces will help you, all right? So what I want to do is just kind of reiterate as we go through. If you have questions, continue to ask. Jen's been doing a great job about answering the questions here on the page as they get brought up. So continue to tag her, continue to ask the questions, review the PDFs that we post, and as we continue to get some of these other bugs and these issues related to join requests and the scheduling posts and those things resolved, we'll keep you up to date. We'll let you know what's going on. We're going to post an FAQ where you'll be able to see kind of a list of the things that are being worked on, the things that are being resolved, and as we get this going. So we're really, really excited about the next phase as we continue to get some of these kinks worked out and then introduce some of the new features. Questions that have been brought up before. There are some issues. There have been questions around, for example, the MCT experience that some coaches had, where they had visual tracking of their progress and being able to see the progress they've made. That is coming. We're aware of that. Okay, that is something that will be put into BODgroups, where you'll be able to see your measurements and see the progress that you've made. Your data hasn't been lost. Okay, hopefully you've seen that. If you don't know how to see your historical data, when you open up the tracking tab and go down to where your measurements are, at the top you'll notice that there is a kind of dates, and if you swipe to the left or the right, you can change the date and the measurements will change. We'll get to the point where we can look at an aggregate level of all that, all those things combined, so you can see the historicals. That's coming. The ability to send direct messages to your group is coming as well. We know that was something from My Challenge Tracker. The ability to save email templates, you don't have to retype them out every single time. That's coming as well from My Challenge Tracker. So some of these things around My Challenge Tracker that were, kind of things that we use that aren't available in BODgroups are being fast tracked to try to bring those features into it as quickly as possible. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to mention on that. So that's where we're at right now. We're knocking out a lot of key issues. Oh, iOS performance. So the team is aware that sometimes there's performance if you're using Apple devices where the dumbbell just spins and spins and spins and spins and spins. And they're trying to figure out some things and they're putting things in place. It's a little bit more of a complex issue. A couple things that I've seen help with that. Shutting down the app completely, opening it back up again will help with that sometimes. Even shutting down all of your programs and then opening up BODgroups by itself seems to help sometimes as well. All right. The team is aware of that and they are working on that if that's something that's tripping you up as well. So anyway, have questions, tag Jen. We'll keep going on this and just encourage you guys to keep using it and get familiar with it. And I hope you're having a great month. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye now, guys.